This question comes from 53 Dogs, and they ask, what are your thoughts on Baker and his situation in Carolina as of week 5? Here's just my initial reaction. I'm not surprised, and I'm not sure why people are surprised at how bad the Panthers have started off with Baker Mayfield and how bad Baker Mayfield has really looked. But I always said at best, this team was going to be mediocre. Here's what I don't get to, and I don't get why everybody's so surprised and everybody set themselves up for disappointment because they had such big expectations for Baker. I don't get why people thought with Matt Rhule and Ben McAdoo in this terrible offensive line that Baker was just going to come in and just make the Panthers this automatic playoff team. I don't get it because it's just a terrible scenery with Matt Rhule when he was there with Ben McAdoo and with that offensive line. Baker has never been an elevator. Why did people think he was just going to come in and elevate the Panthers when we knew all that was wrong with them? Because Baker has never been an elevator. He has been the one who was needed elevating. And Carolina was not a situation where he could be elevated, starting with the head coach, and that offensive line is bad. We have never seen Baker do well with a bad offensive line. And then the receiver or running back situation with Baker being the superstar killer of skill position players, it's just ridiculous. We've seen the downfall of DJ Moore because of Baker. We've seen the downfall of Christian McCaffrey because of Baker. And we've seen Baker do these things before. We've seen him kill superstars' production. We've seen him continuously overthrow players. We've seen him have bad footwork and make bad decisions, which is why I am not sure why everybody is so surprised and everybody had such big and high expectations for Baker coming into this year, because we know who he is. We've seen his limitations and we know that he is not an elevator. He has just shown it. Cleveland put a lot around that man and he still looks like a mediocre quarterback. You just got to admit that. So I don't understand why everybody thought he was going to come in and elevate everything when there was so much wrong with the Panthers. And we've seen that Baker Mayfield just isn't an elevator. He's never done well with a bad head coach. He's never done well with a bad offensive line. I don't get why people had such high expectations, especially already knowing who Baker Mayfield was. Now, they fired Matt Rhule. Baker Mayfield is hurt. I don't know how things are going to go for the Panthers right now, but I don't see it getting any better. I'm not sure why people are so surprised that Baker has started off this season like this. But that's my reaction to it for the first 5 weeks. Great question here from 53 Dogs. Looked